Ravens and Cowboys. What do you think is at stake in this game, Dan?
Must win for Baltimore. You're not getting to the playoffs unless you win this football game. Obviously, statistically, we know that that is unlikely. And then the reality of the division that they're in is they're going to get more losses because of it. I think that also with Baltimore, they're still trying to figure out who they can be on offense. With the offensive line. The offensive line, run game wise, is getting beat with quickness, specifically the right side. That's how the Raiders won the game, Max Crosby. And then is it lean Lamar, lean Derrick Henry? And I'm not saying that's an easy problem to fix or puzzle to solve, but they have to solve that puzzle. And then for Dallas, I just, Rich, I'm not surprised by what happened last week. I would tell you, Dallas, if I was Baltimore, I would expect the Dallas Cowboys to put Micah Parsons on their defensive left, my right, and say, Micah, ruin the football game. If you are on that level and everyone believes that he rightfully so is, TJ Watt, Myles Garrett, Max Crosby, go ruin the football game. And unless Baltimore adjusts to what they did in comparison last week, I think that Dallas can hang in that game. Dallas offensively struggling to throw the ball downfield. I think Ferguson, you got to work Baltimore's linebackers in the pass game. I think Ferguson, if healthy, is huge. I still believe Dallas survives if they lose this game and can continue to stay afloat long season. I don't believe Baltimore can if they lose it.
And then you got the Eagles and the Saints. Eagles coming off of that heart-wrenching loss on your family of networks. And then I guess the Saints can wrap up the NFC East with a win. The problem is they're playing in the South, but what do you think about that contest in the Superdome, Dan?
Yeah, you cannot feel good about that matchup if you're Philly. Philadelphia has given up about 7 yards per carry on the ground. They got gashed by 2 straight weeks with a very similar run scheme offense. Green Bay in week 1, which Matt LaFleur comes from the Shanahan-Kubiak tree. And then Atlanta, week 2, Zach Robinson comes from the Shanahan-Kubiak tree, the McVay tree, and you're getting the same thing from Clint Kubiak, who's the offensive coordinator in New Orleans. So I got big-time concerns about the Eagles' defense. I think New Orleans will zone run on them. I think there'll be a ton of gashes in the middle of the field in the play-action pass game for New Orleans. Their offensive line is really physical. So that's my biggest concern in that football game against the New Orleans Saints offense. Their offense right now is humming. I think secondly, Philly's going to have to score. I think they can. My concern is this, Jalen still hasn't, I guess, settled into the pocket as much as he did in 2022. He still is leaving that pocket. Rich, you're going to hear, I think Greg's calling it. You're going to have Jalen leave a clean pocket. He's going to roll out to his right. And then you're in, oh my gosh, is it going to be a good play or not? And more often than not, nothing great happens from it. Maybe here and there he'll make something of it. And so I want to see him hang a little bit more in the pocket. It's not a must win for Philadelphia when it comes to the reality of their season. It win-loss. But it's a must, go play well. It's a must play better on defense, or the noise will start to get very loud around the team, the city, the head coach, all that. We knew they needed to get off to a good start.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku Channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.